I can remember like when I wrote the song, I was just going through a lot of stuff. I got married once and got divorced. It was also another time where, a loyalty eventually was just nothing but a lawyer fee. I was a big fan of Jay-Z growing up, so I think a lot of my rhyme schemes and wordplay and so forth kind of comes from that. But melodically, I was a big like Robert Plant fan. I'm a Led Zeppelin kind of guy, so I think if you mix the two together, and I'm from the South, so it's all 808s and so forth. So my friends that turn foes don't owe me nothing. You can't betray those you can't reach. I put a blunt in the air, it don't mean nothing. I can't see hate through the smoke if my mind is at peace. It don't mean nothing once you start smoking, you put one in the air, it all goes away. You forget about it. So, and it's hard to see hate through all the smoke. Basically, is what Once you got a big cloud, it's hard to see all the other bullshit on the other side of it. I blame myself as if I can't see it coming. Fake friends leave when you're down. I'm not down when they leave. It was more like instead of blaming them for, all the issues they put in my life, I think it was more like blaming myself for not being able to see the fake friends coming at you, kind of thing. So like I'm blaming myself for not being able to see the bullshit. 'Cause sometimes loyalty comes with a lawyer fee. The line itself, loyalty comes with a lawyer fee, originally came from some fake friends that eventually was trying to get with an ex of mine and started snitching on me and writing some statements and stuff like that. So they were longtime friends, but you know, when the grass gets cut, you gotta cut the heads from the snakes, right? So I don't speak to them anymore. I don't know how they feel about it. Hopefully they did hear it, Hopefully they felt some type of way about it. I did too when I wrote it. Something tells me it's not true. Life's a bitch that lives in you. Oh yeah. It's a common phrase, to say life's a bitch, I guess, or whatever. But I guess it was just another thing to say life's a bitch, and it's also like a bitch that lives inside of these fake bitches. Something tells me we've grown apart, and there's no regard. It hurt, honestly. I mean, it was a long time friendship, and it was, we were all kind of wild anyway, so they know what it's like to be locked up, to be having to go through the system and do it for what? To me, to your homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have no beef, we didn't have no issues at that point. It was just a matter of just coming out of left field, really. I didn't really know it till I was locked up, and the guard comes in there talking shit, like sliding statements under the door, and I just happened to see my homie's name, on the dotted line. So, it was rough. And then, coming out, and I didn't really fuck with him since, so. Which piece of my broken heart should I listen to? I don't know if I was necessarily thinking about, different sides of it, other than it just being in pieces, and I wouldn't know which side to listen to because it was just shattered. A part of me wants revenge, I must get even. Eye for an eye, can't you see what I see? When I started writing that song, I was just kind of fresh out of jail, and I was on probation for a while. I didn't feel like I could seek revenge, and it's, I'm sure a lot of felons and different people have to go through stuff like that, but it's like, you still want to whip somebody's ass, but you get put in a corner, and you're like, I'm not going back to jail for this kind of thing. It eventually says money's all the revenge, that I need, so it's like, that's basically what it boils down to. I wanted to talk, and wanted to hurt these dudes, but at the end of the day, it's like, no, it's not worth it. How can you breathe against me if you're not breathing? Money's all a revenge that I need. If they wasn't breathing, like if they were, if they met their demise. Frank Sinatra said, success is the best revenge, so. I blame myself as if I can't see it coming. Fake friends leave when you're down. I don't get down when they leave. So on the second pre-chorus, it says I don't get down when they leave, as opposed to I'm not down when they leave on the first one. I just changed it up a little bit for fun, because I can do that. That's the Bob Dylan in me, I guess. Don't get me started on lovers' relations if you just ain't seen one another in ages. You might fuck around, forget each other's faces. Just sign paperwork, dotted line uppercases. I was married once, I was divorced, I had custody battle. It was like, you know, your initial, your uppercases, just sign the dotted lines, man, and basically talking about the lawyer fees and the paperwork that goes with it, you know. For the next guy, you know, just so you don't have to deal with it, you know, just sign the paperwork, get it over with, pay the lawyer fee. They're gonna see me on Genius now, and be like, "Q, I'm the genius, motherfucker."